Hello Taurus, welcome to your fall 2025 reading. My name is NiJiLL and you have found Alchemy. Okay, today we're going to be doing September, October, November. We're just touching upon each month, see what overarching energies are around you. As the months wear on, for each month I'm going to re-pull these cards, place them in the center, and build a very strong reading around it. So today we're going to be just encompassing certain things, not everything. And up here will be the overarching energy for the entire season. Okay, let's get started. You do have Diamond, and this is number 20 in this deck. And I'm telling everybody to go out and get the stone that is in the center here. Obviously, if you don't own any diamonds, I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy them. But if you do, try to wear them for the fall. Try to wear the one, the two, the one piece. It doesn't have to be ostentatious. Just something with the diamond in it would be perfect for you, for your energy. Diamonds are great for strength, for love, for purity, and it amplifies positive energy. So this is also very strongly related to the sign of Aries in the month of April. So either of those things may be very important to you here for sure. You do have something that says against nature. And as you can see, this is number 56. 56 in this deck. And when we look at the against nature card, you could be going against your own nature here this fall. There could be something, you could surprise yourself, in other words, for sure. Also, there could be someone that says to you that you are doing something against the natural order of things. Could be, because there is a band over here that is sort of overlapping everything. So for at least one of you, that's true. There could be somebody that accuses you of going against the natural order of something. But for many of you, this could be you going against what you considered your own nature, right? So that could be good, or it could be iffy. It really depends. You do have the soulmate card here, and it says twin flames, soul contract, soul connection, past lives. And I know that sounds very deep, and all of that could be true, but this could just very simply represent a relationship that is either coming towards you or deepening this fall. You have the seer as well, and the seer says follow your own intuition. So your own intuition here is going to be super important here this fall. Something from within you. You have the healing card, and the healing card is coming in the upright. This is number 29. It says, candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. I don't know if you've watched my readings before, but when these particular cards come in right side up like this is something you're going to either have to seek, or this is something that is going to take some energy from you to attain. The healing could be anything. It could be emotional healing. It could be physical healing. It could be you just coming down with an illness that you need to heal from, surgery that you need to heal from, a past trauma that you need to heal from, something like that. To drive this point home with the soulmate card, you have long-term. It says an opportunity could turn into a long-term career move, or you may be asked to commit to something. Now you see the rings. This could be a long-term career move, like it says here. It could be a very long-term relationship. It doesn't have to be marriage. I know that the connotation is marriage here, but it's a commitment. Commitment doesn't necessarily need to be a legal binding document, right? But between the diamond here and the commitment here and the soulmate card here, I can't help but think that for many of you, you're going to either meet or become established with someone who's going to be in your life for a very long time here, Taurus. Okay, moving over to the other side here, you do have from the Saints and Mystics deck, it says Saint Joan of Arc. This is the card of conviction. The Saint Joan of Arc her feast day is in May. The month of May could mean something to you. This card is number 6 in this deck. And this is a card of determination, conviction, right? This could also be the card of difficult choices. So you may have some difficult choices to make here. You have the number 2 card. And the number 2 card is, it says diplomatic. It says you have great talent for finding solutions. Your intuitive, unbiased nature allows you to see all sides of a situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. So you have a great talent for finding solutions. This card usually comes out when there's problems to be solved. And the number 2 does represent the moon, right? Hidden matters, Could be hidden matters. It could be maternal matters. It could be divinely feminine matters. This could represent the sign of Cancer. Just saying. You do have the air card here, and this is number 25 in this deck, and this represents Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You could be dealing with one of those signs, or this could simply be a timing card for Libra. Libra starts in September and it ends in October. So it's like the end of September, and it's honestly like the most of the month in October, right? We venture towards Scorpio towards the end of the month. So look up those dates. Those dates might be very important to you this fall. You do have here Leo in the 5th house, and it says fun, hobbies, and creativity. Something that you could have looked at as a hobby at one time may become very important in your life this fall. You do have the sign of Cancer, and there we go. Cancer and the moon. What did I say? Nurturing, sensitive, caring, very maternal. This could have something to do with your mother. This could have something to do with a maternal figure in your life. This could have something to do with the intuitive side of yourself, right? You could be leaning on that. It's something that goes against your nature. Maybe you were a very assertive, confident, sort of aggressive type of person, and this fall you'll be going against your own nature and leaning into that other side of yourself that's extremely intuitive and compassionate. However, this could be a maternal figure that is saying that your lifestyle goes against nature, goes against the nature of God. I mean, it could be something like that for sure. You do have here, it says new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. So that goes with the whole compassionate thing that I just talked about here, right? The new moon in Virgo is on September 21st this year. So that could be a timing card for you. It's a very transformative energy. And this, because this event is not just a new moon, it's also coupled with an eclipse. So just definitely consider that when you consider this date for sure. So here we are down here with our month to month. Do not forget, this is September, October, and November, and we're going to re-pull each group of cards right before the month begins. And obviously, this is a small part of your month, but this is what is coming through right now. So, first card up, First card up is the Five of Swords, and this is an alternative version of the Five of Swords. This is an enormous deck. There's a lot of different cards in it. There's two versions of this. This is represented by air. I will throw both versions up right now. As you can see, the version that we pulled is a Venus wrapped in a snake, right? There's more than one snake actually wrapped around her. She's also being stuck by several swords, and beneath her, it just looks like it just looks like the pit of hell almost. It just looks really bad. Above her, there are dark clouds. On the other version, it's the more traditional, right? Except you have Mercury, right? You have the god Mercury stealing the swords, and that's a whole different meaning. But you can see the difference, right? And in this alternative version, you would definitely, it would lean towards love, wouldn't it? It would lean towards something like that because you have the Venus statue here. And this originally came in reverse. The larger cards in my readings, I do not take in reverse, but I do take note of them when they come in reverse. And this one did. So this may have been something that you didn't want to see, right? This may have been something that you just weren't interested in knowing. Could be Taurus. But I have to tell you, you know now. And this is straight up energy. This could be dishonesty. This could be conflict in love. It could just literally be conflict. It could be that you got your feelings hurt. It doesn't have to be as dramatic. And it is not going to be as dramatic as this for every Taurus that is out there. It's impossible, right? But this could be a disappointment that you have with someone. You're disappointed. It could be a large, big, huge pain, a broken heart. It could be anything like that, but you're feeling rather defensive as a result of this. And I think at first you were just, nah, that's not right. That couldn't be it. But then you're like, yeah, that's actually it, right? And you used your judgment here to get through this. And this is Pluto energy here on the table. And, you know, we know the judgment card, you make a decision, and it is a major arcana. So it's a big deal, at least in September. It is a big deal to you, right? So this, at the very least, this is a reevaluation of something that's pretty big. And it's either big in general or it's big in your life for September. Okay. You do have here the Empress in reverse. And this is your energy. This is Venusian, more Venusian energy, actually. So you have Venus energy here. And this is Libra, Taurus energy. And in reverse, this is infertility, right? And what does that mean? It could be literal infertility. It could be something that you were hoping for. It could be something that you thought was fertile ground for something really special, whether it's a friendship, a job, or a love interest. Turned out to not be fertile at all. It wasn't what you thought it was going to be. It's a disappointment here. You do have the Devil, and that's pretty fascinating energy coming after this, because you have the Empress. Look, 3 major arcana. 3 major arcana. Big deal. At least in this timing, it is a big deal. You have Capricorn energy, and it is, the Devil could be passion. You may have felt a lot of passion for this job, a lot of passion for this human being, right? This could be something that you were tempted into. You felt tempted. This could be an unhealthy attachment, because I have to tell you, when we look at it this way, we have look at this. This is something that made you happy. We have the Devil, and we also have the Lovers. And as we know, you see how the Lovers are holding hands in this picture? In this picture, they're chained. I mean, in the traditional Rider-Waite, they're chained to something larger than themselves. So it's usually the same 2 people that are feeling this happiness, feeling this love, feeling this amazing energy that goes between them. But it looks like it could turn very toxic very quickly, because you have the 10 of Cups mixed with all this energy. Look at this. You have the Lovers and the 10 of Cups. This is good energy, but it looks like it does fluctuate. It fluctuates between being toxic and crappy, and it looks like a tie that may not be healthy, to something that's light and wonderful. It's very, very, we've all been here. We have all been here. And you pulled 2 of these cards. One of them is Transcendence and Unity. And the Transcendence card does remind me of the Lovers card, because it is both Gemini energy. The Lovers is pure Gemini. This 10 of Cups is Neptune and Pisces. But with the Gemini energy, right? 2 things coming together in that Lovers card, right? But right here, there is a facade. And there could be it very well could be the type of situation where you come together and you feel all these great things and you feel all this passion, but at the end of the day, you're like, you know what? Long-term potential is not here. And this looks very disturbing. And there is something that happens, and I guess when we do your full September reading, we'll see more of it, but there is something that happens here that seems to be very upsetting to you. It makes you defensive. I don't know what that is, but it is an extremely interesting mix of energy. We add everything up here and we break it down. We get Mercury energy, which is more Gemini energy. Wouldn't surprise me if you were dealing with a Gemini or someone with Gemini placements. Okay. You also have 2 number 6s here, and that is moving forward after some conflict. So that 5 of Swords energy, that conflict, is pushing you somewhere else. It's pushing you to a transcendence. It's pushing you past something, right? But there is a communication that takes place here with this Mercury energy that disturbs you. It ultimately upsets you. Okay, so we'll keep that under our hat. Let's move on to here, October. Definitely my favorite month. I love October and November. I love the fall, and that's probably because I am in New England and I love the Northeast in the fall. But here we have Halloween month. Let's look. Taurus, you have the High Priestess. Interesting variation of it anyway here. So you have this is yet another alternate card. So what did I say? You're going against your nature, for some of you anyway. You're going against your nature. This is an alternative cards. Even here, all 3, your whole fall, alternative path, alternative actions, unlike what you normally do. And you know what? When I look at your past readings, I think I'm glad. I think that's a good thing. I think that expanding your world and expanding your choices and expanding your actions is very good. It will be very healing, but there is something going on here within a relationship, okay? But you have here the High Priestess, and the High Priestess in this deck energy anyway, it's just water energy, and it's moon energy, and that's it, right? So this alternative card is called intuition. I'll throw it up on the screen along with the original version. Do you see the differences here, right? Your intuition is guiding you in October. And we talked about it somewhere up here. I don't remember where, but we talked about the fact that your intuition should be on point, will be on point. Yeah, definitely. So what are you using that inner voice for here? That is that seer energy. What does it say? It says follow your intuition. Here, this is very, very October energy. You have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is moon in Sagittarius, determination. This is like determination to push forward. You have been through some crap and you are still standing. You're very proud of the fact that you're still standing. You're very proud of the fact that maybe you've come to a different version of yourself. Very nice. Very nice. Next card up here is that, wow, it's the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is determination too. It really is. They're both very determined, very fiery, determined cards. Just very Joan of Arc energy. Very Joan of Arc, okay? So you have determination, assertiveness, defending your position. Mars in Leo. Yep. Not you being stubborn here, Taurus, but using your intuition. You're not just being stubborn for the hell of it. You're being stubborn because you know you're right. And you know you're right, and it's not factual. It's just something that is nudging you from the inside. It's your higher source, your higher power, your higher self. I don't know, call whatever you want, but something within you is telling you which way to go, what to do. You do have the Page of Pentacles here in reverse. Pages are very, they're new energy. They can be very weak energy. There is something that you could be rejecting here with this Mercury and Taurus energy. You could look at it like it's not enough. There's something in the table that you're like, you know what? I'm better than that. I deserve more than that. This could be an offer. This could be a pathway that opens up. This could be a choice. And you're like, I've been through enough to where page energy is not sufficient. It is in reverse. And what I like about this is that you do collaborate here. There is a collaboration that takes place here with the Three of Pentacles. So whatever this page energy is, it's almost a good thing that you understand that there was a stalemate energy involved here, and you move on to collaborate with others. Now, this could be, let me straighten this out. This could be one other person, or this could be a series of other people collaborating about something. But this is something that's very important. It's very important to your goals. There's something really important going on here. When we re-pull this, we'll see whether this has something to do with love or money or goals or whatever. But this is definitely good energy, because when we add this up and break it down, it's Jupiter. So it's the opposite of stalemate energy, right? It's Jupiter, it's expansive, it's Sagittarian energy, more Sagittarian energy, but it is expansive. It's luck. It's the Wheel of Fortune saying, you know what? I'm pushing you in a different direction. And all this energy is coming straight from you, Taurus. Let's see. Let's look at your November. Yeah. So you have the Queen of Wands. And this is another alternative. Wow, this is great. This is another alternative version. Okay, so you have, I'm going to put both of these queens up. They're both the Queen of Wands. This is yet another alternative card. It's a fire-water combo. And this is the alternative version of confidence. Confidence stemming from an unlikely source. This is also someone that is pregnant with possibility. If you look at her, she is pregnant. What did I say about infertility? Going from infertility to pregnant with possibility here in November. So whatever it is, you're either moving on to a new relationship, a new job, I don't know, new goals. There's something brand new here on the table, but it is pregnant with, it's fertile, it's beautiful, it's lush. You do have, but what's interesting here is you have two aces that are in reverse with this energy, right? You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. And what is that? That's fire, water combo. Fire, water combo here and fire, water combo here. And there is this rejection that takes place. It's something that you reject. What did I say? This could be, listen, do you see cups here? You see wands here. This could be passion and desire. This could be passion and desire that you have for another person, a job, a road that you started down, or it could be love, because you do have that reverse cups energy. Listen, everything could be happening. It may not just be one thing. You have two reverse aces here. And I have to tell you, I honestly don't, I really think it's coming from you, because you have an upright Queen of Wands. It's an alternative version of yourself waving that wand saying, you know what, I think don't forget, queens are very intuitive, whether you're male or female. It's not the King of Wands. It is the Queen of Wands. It is the more intuitive side of that suit. So you also, and what I like about this is that this rejection from within you comes something else. You have the Three of Wands here coming right after that, and this melds right into a new manifestation. This new manifestation comes with the cost of something. And this cost may be you recognizing something's just not for you. You might recognize that, hey, it's not enough. I'm worth more than that. Could be. Because here you have the Justice card in reverse, and this is Libra energy, and this is something you are seeing, and you know it's not fair. You know it's not fair. I think it's personally not fair to you. And you're like, you know what? I keep it's in my head. I deserve more. I deserve better, because I am better, right? Yeah, because this situation you were in, it was very limiting. I think you're going to see it. I don't think it's going to be a big sacrifice, because your overarching card this month is the Queen of Wands. And when we add this up and we break it down, we get Mercury again, that Virgo, Gemini energy. But this time in November, we have Mercury retrograde happening pretty much for the whole month. It starts on the 9th. It ends on the 29th. We have pre-shadow, post-shadow, but by the time you get done with all that, it's the whole month. So November is a month of things that may be breaking down, miscommunicated. There may be an accident of sorts, a message sent to you that you weren't meant to see. There could be a lot of things going on, but this Mercury retrograde does work in your favor in some way. To give it some time, just wait until the end of the month before you make a decision about what's occurred. Okay. Let me grab. So I have these three cards. I have September, November, October, and I'm going to do my best to shuffle three cards, which is very difficult to do. I'm going to see which month is going to be the most impactful for Taurus, the most important month for Taurus, please. The most important month is November. That doesn't surprise me at all. A lot of signs are getting November. Some have gotten other months, but I have to tell you that I would say the bulk of people are getting November, and it's no different for you. There is something that is going to happen, and you're going to say, I think I'm done. And it's not going to be a big sad thing. It isn't. It's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to show my strength in this situation for sure. And I deserve, what did I say? I deserve better. If I could title this video, which I'm not doing for these videos, I would say I deserve better is the name of the video. Now let's look at what's interesting is here. When we add this up and we break it down, we get the moon. We get Cancer energy. And that's what we got up here. That's what we got over here. And that's what we're getting for the bottom line in this reading, right? The moon phases might mean something to you. Cancer, the sign of Cancer might mean something to you. But I have to tell you, the moon is at Cancer, and the moon is very important in the situation. Moon energy is very intuitive. It's very watery. It's very, what did I say, right? Using your intuition, using your gut feelings more than the black and white logic that maybe that's what you're used to going by. You do have here the number that came out the most in this reading was number 2, which is what? It's the moon, Cancer. Interestingly enough, the sign that came out the most was Cancer, moon. The planet that came out the most was moon. Could spirit be any clearer? Could spirit be any clearer than they are in this moment? The moon came out over and over and over again. Do yourself a favor after you finish watching this. Look up what is the full moon and the new moon of September, October, November. Look it up on the internet. Write those dates down. I have a feeling they're going to be important to you. But no matter what, your intuition, big deal, Taurus. Don't forget to listen to your birthday reading. 3 blessings coming to Taurus for 2025 and 2026. I wish you nothing but the best. Namaste.